friends here. Get your crew.
Wrapped in the house right here, folks. Step right here, folks.
Welcome to US Cellular Field, home of the Chicago White Sox.
Welcome to US Cellular Field. A great game on tap tonight between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Chicago White Sox. Vin Scully here next to Dave Campbell. And now the third member of our crew, Matt Vesgersian. Matt?
Thanks, Vin. This should be great. The White Sox are sitting atop the AL Central right now, right where they want to be. They're sitting pretty in the standings right now, but that doesn't mean a lot early in the year. We'll see if they can continue their hot play here.
Okay, Matt. And here's how the defense lines up. The left fielder, Carlos Lee. Playing in center, Aaron Rowan. Playing in right, Maglio Ordonez. The third baseman, Joe Creed. Playing shortstop, Jose Valentin. Second baseman, Willie Harris. At first, Paul Konerko. Behind the dish, Miguel Olivo. Starting pitcher for the Chicago White Sox, Mark Burrell. Mark is coming off a disappointing 2003. He went 14-14, ERA of 4.14, but he's a dependable right-hander who'll often give you 7+ innings of quality pitching. Here's the lineup. Leading off, Reed Johnson. In the number 2 position, Eric Hinske. In the third spot, Vernon Wells. In the cleanup spot, Carlos Delgado. Hitting fifth, Josh Phelps. In the 6th position, Frank Catalanoto. 7th in the order, Orlando Hudson. Hitting 8th, Chris Woodward. Rounding out the lineup, Greg Myers. Into the windup, here's the pitch. Lee puts him away.
The hitter got under it, and the fielder puts it away easily.
Batting second, Eric Hinske. Missed.
Hinske has been on a tear of late, hitting safely in his last 5 games.
This should be a good matchup, a hot hitter and a pitcher looking to put out the fire.
Liner to the shortstop, and he takes it for the out.
You saw it come off the bat, Vin, got in position and made the routine play.
Into the windup, here's the pitch. 1 ball and no strikes. Way behind it. Count is even. Ground ball to the shortstop. Scoops it up. Takes it for the out. After a half inning of play, the Blue Jays, nothing. The White Sox headed to the plate. Let's have a look at how the defense lines up. Playing left field, Frank Catalanoto. Center fielder, Vernon Wells. In right field, Reed Johnson. Playing third, Eric Hinske. Shortstop, Chris Woodward. Playing second base, Orlando Hudson. Playing first, Carlos Delgado. At catcher, Greg Myers. Starting pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays, Miguel Batista. Batista throws a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, a cutter, a nasty slider, a splitter, and the occasional curve. And it looks like he's showing improved command. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. In the number 1 spot, Willie Harris. Batting second, Aaron Rowan. Batting third, Frank Thomas. Batting cleanup, Maglio Ordonez. Batting fifth, Carlos Lee. Batting sixth, Paul Konerko. Hitting in the 7th spot, Jose Valentin. In the number 8 position, Joe Creed. And in the 9th spot, Miguel Olivo. Leading things off here, Willie Harris.
Harris has a nice streak going here, hitting safely in his last 8 games.
And it looks like he got all of it. A 4-ply wallop, a solo blast.
Excellent piece of hitting, Vince, sitting on the pitch and then blasting it for the go-ahead homer.
Well, there's still nothing like the long ball to energize or demoralize a crowd, depending on your point of view. Batting second, Aaron Rowan. A swing and a miss. 1-1. He takes it. Throws on time.
Thomas is riding a great streak here, reaching base safely with a hit in each of his last 19 games.
We'll see how they try to pitch him here. You better be careful.
Grounded toward short. Easy out. Batting cleanup, Maglio Ordonez.
Ordonez checks in at .452 here in the early stages of the season.
Grounded.
Solid piece of hitting there, Vin. Managers love to see their hitters using the middle of the field.
Batting fifth, Carlos Lee, paint master.
Lee has driven in 10 runs on the year.
The pitcher knows he can't afford to hang anything over the middle of the plate against this guy.
Ground ball hit to the left side. Sliding, he's in there.
Vin, that's just a lack of concentration there.
Dave, even the best fielders botch one every now and again. He's way early there. 0-1. High chop to the hole. Hinsky fires to first. Easy play. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. After 1 inning, the White Sox are up by 1.
The pitcher had to battle a little harder than he would have liked.
Up to bat, Carlos Delgado. Here's the pitch. A grounder toward third. Creed stops it. Routine out. Hitting next for the Blue Jays, Josh Phelps. High and outside. 1-0. Grounded to the shortstop. Out at first.
That's the kind of reliable glove you need from your shortstop. Nice put out.
Yeah, Dave, a qualified infielder will save a hit, even a run if given the time. Line. He dives but can't make the play.
That's all you need to do, Vince. See the ball and hit the ball. Only problem is it's not quite as easy as it sounds.
He delivers. 1 ball, no strikes. He lets it fly. 4-seam fastball.
Here's the line on this guy. Hudson has driven in 12 runs on the season.
Hop fly hit into right center field. Harris settles beneath it. He takes it easily. They leave a man stranded. After 1.5 innings, Chicago 1, Toronto 0. Up next for the White Sox, Jose Valentin.
Valentin continues to hit the ball very well, hitting safely in his last 20 games.
Breaking ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the windup in the pitch.
Vin, it's tough on the hitter when the pitcher gets ahead like this.
Here's the windup and the pitch. Count is even.
Great at-bat for the pitcher. That's his 22nd strikeout of the year.
He doesn't dazzle anybody with his strikeout numbers, but he got his man on that pitch.
It's by him.
McCready is hitting .386 so far in this young season.
He's ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball.
Vin, the pitcher, did a good job of making him hit a grounder, but unfortunately the infielder couldn't get there in time.
The deuce. Foul. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitcher looks, he delivers. Can't find the zone.
There's no doubt that that was a purpose pitch.
Count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Below the knees. Full count.
Payoff pitch coming.
Hard liner into center field. Batting next, Willie Harris.
Harris has 11 runs batted in so far this year.
We'll see if he can add to that solid RBI total here. Nasty pitch there, Vin. The hitter didn't have a chance.
He looks and delivers. Grounder. The center fielder stops it.
Vin, home runs are great, but doing the little things it takes to score are just as vital.
Runners on first and second. No balls and 1 strike. From the stretch. Swings and misses.
He grounded out in his last at-bat, but he made good contact and looked like he had some confidence up there.
Low and in.
Rowan has 23 RBI this year.
This guy's an RBI machine. Pitchers cannot afford any mistakes.
From the stretch.
That one almost hit him, and I don't think the batter is happy.
Back of the plate. He gets there. Caught by the catcher. Hitting next, Frank Thomas.
Thomas sitting .427 in the early goings here.
He looks and delivers. The grounder. He snags it. The cutoff. Runner scores.
Pretty good piece of hitting there, Vin. He liked the pitch and hit it well enough to get the run across.
Lopez has 1 save on the year.
On the ground to short. They put him away. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. After 2 innings, Chicago 3, Toronto nothing.
It took a while, but they finally got out of the inning.
Up next, Chris Woodward.
Here's a numbers breakdown. Woodward sports a .268 average here in the first part of the season.
A ground ball to short. Fields it. He puts him away.
The ball came off pretty hot, but the shortstop handled it nicely.
Now batting, Greg Myers. Harris leaps but can't bring it in.
Vin, that's what you call a seeing eye single. Perfectly placed for the hit.
Safely on base, looking for his partner to drive him in.
Well, you know, Vin, Johnson is batting .245 so far in this young season.
A decent start to the season, but they know he can play much better.
Hit well to center field. The center fielder cuts it off.
Vinny hit that ball right on the button and has gotten himself a single. The pitcher's got to concentrate on throwing strikes here to try and get out of the jam.
Hard line drive to the left side. Lee guns it to the relay man.
Some good power hitting there, Vince, swinging through the pitch for a line drive base hit.
Wells is batting .326 in the early goings here.
He's out. A 6-4-3 double play. No run, 3 hits, no errors. After 2.5 innings, the Blue Jays are down by 3. Batting next, Carlos Lee. He's 0 for 1.
Lee sitting .348 here in the early stages of the season.
Beginning of the season or not, those are still some impressive numbers.
Routine ground ball to the left side.
The third baseman moves laterally pretty well, Vin. You can see it there.
Goes with the cutter. No balls, 1 strike. On the ground. Stopped by the center fielder. Up next, Jose Valentin.
Here's this guy's numbers. Valentin has driven in 12 runs on the year.
Hard liner into right. He fires to the relay man.
No doubt there, Vin. He got the pitch he wanted and drove it.
So he's aboard with the single, getting ready to take his lead. Goes with the heater.
Had a single last time, Vin. Let's see if he can get another one here.
Hop fly, lifted into center field. He reels it in. At the plate, Miguel Olivo. He's 1 for 1.
Olivo is batting .354 here in the first part of the season.
Drifting left. Foul. From the stretch, he delivers. Spinner. 1 ball, 1 strike. He deals. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two balls and 2 strikes. Out of the zone. With 2 outs and a 3-2 count, the runners will be going. The pitch. The runners go. Out of play. The runners will be on the move with the pitch. Deep down the left field line. In position, Catalanato makes the catch. 2 men left. After 3 innings, the White Sox are up by 3.
The pitcher gets out of it unscathed, no runs scored.
Next up for the Blue Jays, Carlos Delgado.
You know, fans, Delgado has 6 home runs this year.
The pitcher would be wise not to get anything up in the zone to this guy.
Foul. Hooking right. Foul. 1-2. Hit hard down the line. Konerko stopped it. He got him.
Had a little spin on it, Vin, but he stayed down and made the play.
Up next, Josh Phelps. Up to bat, Frank Catalanoto. Goes with the off-speed pitch.
He connected in his first at-bat. Let's see if he can do it again.
He reels it in. Up next for the Blue Jays, Orlando Hudson. He's 0 for 1.
Hudson is hitting a strong .310 so far in this young season.
0 and 1. The pitcher looks and delivers. Way ahead of the pitch.
Control is what pitching's all about, Vin. Nice job there.
Foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Vinny's looking relaxed on the mound, hitting his spots.
Got under it. Rowan smothers it.
Well, he didn't exactly kill that pitch, but he managed to fight it off for a single.
Men on first and second. The liner. The throw. Safe. Sliding, he's safe.
That was a great time to get a guy home. They need it.
Batting next, Greg Myers. Missed low and away. 1-0.
You know, guys, Burley has an ERA of 1.02 so far this season.
He's pitched well and has had some good defense behind him so far.
Fly ball hit down the line. Ordonez gets under it. He's there easily. They leave 1. After 3.5 innings, the White Sox are up by 2.
The hitters need to show a little more aggressiveness.
Hitting next, Willie Harris.
Harris is batting .396 here in the early stages of the season.
Willie Harris.
Lined hard to center.
That's what a manager loves to see, a patient hitter pouncing on a pitch he likes.
Guess is wrong. No balls and 1 strike. The cutter.
Here's some stats for you. Rowan is batting .378 in the early goings here.
He's seeing the ball extremely well here in the early stages and just wants to stay steady the rest of the way.
It's pretty clear he's sending a message.
That's a great out pitch. That's his 12th strikeout of the year.
He hasn't posted huge strikeout numbers this season, but he'll usually get a few a game.
Catalanado stops it.
Now that's how you turn on a pitch, Vin. You could tell he was up there looking for something in the inner half.
Here's a number for you guys. Ordonez has driven in 12 runs this season.
A dangerous hitter in this situation. Watch out.
Cutter. Count is even. And here's the pitch. Snagged by the shortstop. There in time. They turn the 6-4-3 double play. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. After 4 innings, Chicago 3, Toronto 1.
No damage done in that half inning. Pretty good job on the mound.
Hitting next for the Blue Jays, Reed Johnson. Fastball. Changes speed. The heater. He's ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Great out pitch. That's his 18th strikeout this year.
The hitter thought he was going to throw something else. That was a good pitch.
Grounded. Up next, Vernon Wells.
Vernon Wells.
Swing and a miss.
How's this one, Dave? Wells has 13 RBIs so far this year.
The pitcher better stay away from him or he'll drive in another one.
Won't swing at the changeup. Hit high into left center field. No problem.
Vinny had it the whole way. That's an easy out.
The runner at first.
Vinny made great contact in his last at bat but grounded out. As Wee Willie Keeler said, he's got to hit them where they ain't if he wants to get a hit.
Here's one for you, Vin. Delgado has driven in 14 runs so far this season.
This guy really focuses when he has teammates on base. Let's see what he does here.
Fly ball to right center. He brings it in. A man left. After 4.5 innings, the White Sox are up by 2.
Their lineup should be producing more runs than they have been.
Next up for the White Sox, Carlos Lee. In time. And now here's Matt with this day in baseball history. Matt?
All right, Vin. On this date, April 29th, 1986, Boston's Roger Clemens set a Major League record by fanning 20 Mariner batters in a 3-1 win.
This game is filled with legends and heroes. Thank you, Matt.
He got good wood on that ball, Vin, extending his arms for a line drive single.
He delivers.
Here's some more numbers. Valentin sitting .506 so far in this young season.
He lets it fly. Doesn't get any better than that. No balls, 2 strikes. Line shot into right center field. Scooped up by the center fielder.
Vinny had good extension on that swing and hit a line drive single.
A single then. Well done.
Vinny made contact last at bat but flied out. We'll see if he fares any better here.
Pop back of the plate. Myers is in position. No problem. At the plate, Miguel Olivo. The pitcher looks, he delivers. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Little ground ball to the shortstop. Woodward tosses to second, takes it easily. They leave a man stranded. After 5 innings, the Blue Jays are down by 2.
It wasn't a perfect inning, but nobody scored.
Batting next, Josh Phelps. The windup and the pitch. Grounded to the hole. Stopped by the left fielder.
Then the infielder didn't get the bounce he was looking for, and the runner hustled down the line for a hit.
Catalinato sitting .242 here in the early stages of the season.
A strike.
The pitcher thought he could throw it past him earlier, but he better be careful with him this time.
Misfire. Hit softly towards second. Works his way under it. Takes care of it.
He thought it would drop, but the fielder had other ideas. Good play there.
Watched it all the way into his glove, just like they teach you in grade school. Public enemy number 1.
He wrapped a single last at bat, and he'd love another one here.
Change up. 0-2. the four-seamer. He fires. Up with it. Ordonez guns it.
This game's all about making contact, Vin. Great job there.
Dave, if you leave it around the plate, these guys find a way to get a piece of it. Deep fly ball into left center field. Routine play. Rowan throws to third. Now batting, Greg Myers.
2 men on, the pitcher's got to be careful here.
He delivers. Pitch slowly toward third. He throws to first. He makes the play easily. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. After 5.5 innings, the Blue Jays are down by 2.
The hitters need to be a lot more aggressive up there.
Hitting next for the White Sox, Willie Harris.
The second baseman, Willie Harris.
Can't connect. No balls, 1 strike.
Good output. That's his 8th strikeout this year.
He's not known for striking out a lot of hitters, but try telling that to the guy heading back to the bench.
Ground ball to first base. Hudson fires it. He beats it out.
Tough play for the infielder there, Vin. He just couldn't make the play.
Up next, Frank Thomas. 1 ball and no strikes. Checks the runner and fires. The cross-seamer. He lays off the fastball. He's ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Deep fly ball into right center field. Wells makes the routine play.
Good break on the ball, Vin. He brings it in without a problem.
Now hitting, Maglio Ordonez. Hit well to right center field. Wells stopped it. He's safe. Hitting next, Carlos Lee. He's 0 for 3. He looks and delivers. From the stretch, he delivers. They issue him a free pass. Up next, Paul Konerko. Bases loaded. Grounded to the left. Hinsky scoops it. They've got him. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. After 6 innings, the Blue Jays are down by 2.
It wasn't a 1-2-3 inning, but he got out of it okay.
Up to bat, Reed Johnson. He's 1 for 3. Got to get it down and over. 1-0. Four-seamer.
Burley is 3-1 this season.
Slow roller to third. They get him at first.
Vin, the third baseman, stayed with that tricky bounce. Nice play.
And he delivers. Line to left field. Smashed into right center field. Bounced off the wall. Ordonez throws to the relay man. Hitting next, Vernon Wells.
Vernon Wells.
Drill to the hole. Lee throws.
Well hit, Vin. He stayed down and drove it through the infield for a single.
Delgado is hitting .274 in the early goings here.
He's had some good numbers.
Valentine can't gather it in. A runner crosses home plate.
That was a nice clean single for an RBI. They're threatening. Let's see if they can get a man home.
Fly ball smashed deep to center. Rowan there in plenty of time.
Under it easy, Vin, and puts him away.
So the hitter makes the trip to the dugout to lick his wound. Ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Curveball.
He's got some great break on that curveball, Vin.
Scooped up by the shortstop. They get him. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. After 6.5 innings, the White Sox are up by 1.
This team can't afford to nickel and dime their opponents. They need more runs.
Up next, Jose Valentin. In there for a strike.
If he can demonstrate that kind of control, Vin, he's going to be tough to beat.
Safely aboard.
He got that one just inside the line for a double, Vin. That was a good piece of hitting.
Ground ball to the bag at third. Just got it.
Good defensive play there. You always want to take the out that's closer to home if you can.
He needs to relax at the plate and stop trying to do too much.
A grounder toward third base. Snagged by the left fielder.
The pitcher left it out over the plate, and he hit a well-placed single.
Hitting next for the White Sox, Willie Harris. High pop fly to the shortstop. And he makes the catch.
That's one of the most frustrating things as a hitter, having to run out a pop-up you know they're going to catch.
One and one. From the stretch. Goes with the spinner.
That slider had some serious bite to it.
And the pitch. Splitter.
He thought it was a strike, but the ump disagreed.
Dribble. He's out. No runs, 3 hits, no errors. After 7 innings, the White Sox 3, the Blue Jays 2. Batting next, Orlando Hudson. The tying run is at the plate. He delivers.
Orlando Hudson.
And he's got it.
If only all catches were that easy.
At the plate, Chris Woodward. Into the windup, here's the pitch. Smoke to the shortstop. Put him away easily.
Vin, good shortstops always find a way to make the easy plays. Good job there.
Can't find the zone.
You know, Myers hitting .316 so far in this young season.
It's going to be tough for him to keep this up, but he's shown he can hit the ball well so far.
Fly ball crushed into right center field. It bounced off the wall. He's safe at second. Next up, Reed Johnson.
Here's one for you guys. Johnson has 15 RBI this year.
If the pitcher puts it over the plate, that run is as good as scored.
His stroke isn't very fluid right now. He's got to work on his stride.
Fly ball into right center field. The right fielder settles under it. He makes the catch. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 7.5 innings, the White Sox 3, the Blue Jays 2. At the plate, Frank Thomas. Lined into center field. He comes up with it.
Pitcher sure didn't fool him there, Vin. Looked like he knew what was coming, and he drilled it.
Man on first. The pitcher looks and delivers. Line.
A few more plays like that, Vin, and he'll be sitting next to the manager for a little chat. The manager's trying to get the best possible matchup at the plate. Let's see if this pinch hitter can get the job done.
Steve Wright. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch.
Gets it done there. That's his 7th strikeout of the year.
Batting next, Paul Konerko.
This guy's had a hard time catching up to pitches high and outside. Let's see if that's what they give him here.
He delivers. He looks and delivers. They walk him intentionally.
Well, only time will tell if that was a good move or not.
Pinch hitting, Mike Rivera.
Pinch hitting is one of the toughest jobs in baseball. Let's see if this guy can rise to the challenge.
He can't connect. Good pitch. From the stretch, a grounder. Well, smothered it. The run scores. Safe.
Vin, that's what you need to win baseball games, run production. The hitters have to adjust on the fly here. Hopefully they've read their scouting reports on this guy.
He deals.
That ball just missed, Vin.
Curve.
Check out these numbers. Creedy has driven in 14 runs this season.
Just a guy that always seems to come up with a timely drive when his team needs it most.
Hit sharply to third. Incredible play. Now hitting, Miguel Olivo. Right.
Looking for his 3rd hit of the game, Vin.
Hit hard to the shortstop. He takes it cleanly, and he got him. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. After 8 innings, the Blue Jays are down by 3. Up to bat, Eric Hensky.
Koch will mix in a mid-90s fastball, a hard slider, sinker, and a curve, and when effective, he can be dominant.
Here it comes. A grounder toward first base. Konerko tosses to first, legs it out, safe. Now in the game, Armando Rios. Lined hard to center.
Great job of recognizing the pitch and slapping it up the middle for a base hit.
He lets it fly. Missed.
Sometimes he looks good at the plate, but other times he appears lost.
He looks and delivers. Lined into right center field. Here comes the throw to the cutoff. 1 run scored. Well comes home.
Anytime you can drive in a couple of runs, you're doing your job at the plate.
Way late.
Each at-bat has been a quality at-bat for him, Ben. He's really swinging well.
Hooking left. Foul ball.
The hitter's kicking himself, Ben. He just missed that pitch.
Strikes out swinging.
Then with 2 strikes, he went with a slider, and it came through for him.
He delivers. Strike 1.
Fooled him there, Vin. The hitter just froze.
From the stretch, he delivers. Hit to the second baseman. He's out at first.
The second baseman got himself into position, gathered it in, and threw him out. Nice play.
Cut fastball.
Hitting the ball well tonight, looking for hit number 3.
Smoked. No problem. The Chicago White Sox win. Our final here, the White Sox 5, the Blue Jays 4.
Whoa, Ben, they were the cardiac kids today squeaking out the win.
The player of the game, Willie Harris. Let's take a peek at the key play in the game.